How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. These Bitcoin numbers are alarming. It's not what you think, but it is surprising how quickly this happened. I want to talk about why the market fell down over the last day, what you should be looking out for, what you can look forward to. I want to talk about what I'm doing right now and talk about a couple cryptocurrencies that I think could be absolutely huge outside of Bitcoin over the coming weeks. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on that bell notification underneath the video so you can see right when I post future videos. Also, there's a link down there to Margex where you can trade cryptocurrency on leverage. Now, of course, make sure that you're comfortable doing this. Make sure you're allowed to do it where you're at. But typically, if you haven't already set up an account here, typically one of the best times to put in a long is when we are at support and after we've already fallen down a bit, right? Where we are consolidating before the next big move. There's been so much money that was made from 42,000 up to 49,000 on longs, and we have had a lot of leverage flushed out of the market. So in case you want to try that out, there's a link to it underneath the video. There's no KYC, there's no VPN, so definitely consider it. Now, I want to talk about what's happening in the market. Obviously, we saw a lot of dips a big dip in Bitcoin over the last 24 hours. Let's take a look at the longs right now. How many have been flushed out? About $142 million. So yes, there's been some liquidations, but honestly, for a 14% move, there's more than just longs being liquidated. This isn't just longs being liquidated that has caused us to go down this much. A lot of it is coming because short-term holders are selling at a loss. $4 billion worth of Bitcoin was sent to exchanges at a loss. $5 billion in total. This is mental. This is just over the last day. Or 2 days maybe, 1 to 2 days that we've seen this much get flushed out of the market. All these weak hands, all the lettuce hands. We're getting closer to Bitcoin capitulation all in the space of 2 days. One of the best things about volatility is it gets rid of the dead wood completely. So we have record numbers of people selling at a loss. But keep in mind, this is normal. This is the 2016, 2018 bull run. We do see pretty large dips typically, even in a bull run. We need to consolidate. We need to flush out leverage. And that's what's happened. Keep in mind, we're at the same price we were just a few days ago. Let me show you this Bitcoin chart. It's mental. Going from mid-September, early September, we went up from 25,000 up to 26,500, and then a huge move. Within a few days, about a week, we went up to 35K. And then we moved up again to 44K. Came down about 10%, then moved up to 49K. I mean, this move is huge. We almost doubled within the span of 3 months without any large pullback. Sure, we saw 10%, but then it was gobbled right back up and we consolidated. So this is normal. This is healthy, I think, to get rid of some of the people that are here just for kicks and giggles, just because they think they're going to get rich. I helped some people for the first time buy cryptocurrency, and this has shaken out some people that thought that they were just going to get a quick buck, obviously. Now, there is some positivity for what's happened over the last few days, besides just that we've gotten some new people shaken out of the market, some weak hands. BlackRock took 11,500 Bitcoin from the supply in 2 days. Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying that it's great that BlackRock bought Bitcoin, but what I am saying is they are strong hands. Like, they're just going to buy. They don't care. And it is their ETF, right? So it's not like they really control it, but they're in the hands of BlackRock. 900 Bitcoin is issued daily. And you can see BlackRock's move into their cash supply from last night into Bitcoin, buying the dip. Now they mostly hold Bitcoin. The key is that 11,500 Bitcoin were sucked from the system in 2 days by one player. That alone is approximately 13 days of supply. Keep in mind, a lot of the miners do end up selling because they do need to cover their expenses. In addition, IBIT only managed an average of 25% of the volume over the 2 days. Of course, yes, GBTC was a good portion of this. A lot of people selling GBTC, and there were people that were selling. Obviously, if we fall down in price, there are more net sellers than net buyers. But if this pace continues and we get a lot of those leverage longs out of the market, if we get a lot of the weak hands out of the market, there will be a supply crunch. Assuming 11,500 times 4 equals 46,000 or 23,000 per day. That's 25.56 times the daily production consumed by US ETFs per day alone. Forget about retail investors, other global ETFs, large entities or whales that want to buy. Ignore the price fluctuations. This asset is incredibly hard, and if this continues, we will face an extreme supply crunch. This is what I'm talking about. These numbers are alarming. Keep in mind, 94 days from now or 100 days from now, whenever the next halving is, depends where you look, when they assume it's going to hit, that becomes 51 days of supply gone, because we get a halving where half of the supply is going to come and hit the market every day. So these numbers are alarming. Like, if you are worried about the price fluctuation, you can be worried about it, right? But if that scares you out of your position, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve to go up 100%, 200% on Bitcoin. You need to be able to withstand these kinds of changes in the market. And this is normal. Keep in mind. So if you want, you can buy more. There are some cryptos that are going absolutely insane too. Like, this is what's interesting to me. Yes, Bitcoin's fallen, but alts haven't fallen as much. Like, over the last 24 hours, Bitcoin's down 1.66%. You can see dominance has fallen. So it's not people really getting worried over altcoins. And keep in mind, I think a lot of people that are in altcoins are people that have been around the block a couple times in crypto, like people that have been through a bear market. There aren't a ton of new people coming in and buying altcoins right away. I think the people that have gotten shaken out of the market are probably people that just bought over the last few days trying to figure out how to buy Bitcoin. They bought Bitcoin, now they're freaked out and they sell Bitcoin because it's down 10% or something like that. So that is something that's very interesting to me. Dominance is falling down while Bitcoin's falling down. Now, maybe that doesn't continue. Maybe we actually see alts move big at some point and dominance goes back up. I would not be surprised, because typically when Bitcoin goes down, alts fall down more. But that is super interesting to me. And we still are seeing, like I said, a lot of altcoins run. So that gives you some indication as to what's happening with the market. Now, I personally am still accumulating crypto. I'm getting paid in crypto by as many entities as I can. So I'm not actively going out and quote unquote buying it, but I'm accepting as payment. So it's essentially the same thing. The only difference is I don't actually have to make the transaction. I'm just pretty much just getting paid in crypto to accumulate, which I'm accumulating a lot. I'm getting a lot of crypto right now because I realized that Bitcoin's going to be worth a lot more in a year. And if I was getting paid in crypto 2 days ago or 1 day ago when Bitcoin was at 46,000, 47,000, why wouldn't I get paid right now when I'm just getting more for my work? So I am getting more. Also, I'm looking at some altcoins. I want to talk about 3 different altcoins that are going to hit the market soon or already have hit the market that are making huge moves. They have a huge amount of attention. And I'm just going to give you brief explanations on what's happening. If you want more information, there's a link down there to HGAaccess. We've talked about several of these cryptos in HGAaccess. This is a Patreon with myself and a bunch of other creators. We're giving a lot of information about these cryptos. And this is kind of something that we do a lot. Like, we talk about what's happening behind the scenes, which is what I'm giving you a little taste of right now. So there's this link underneath the video, but let's take a look. Eesee. Eesee is an interesting crypto. They just had a big raise. So Eesee is an innovative one-stop liquidity solution and gamified marketplace for sellers. And they announced successful closing of $2.85 million in a fundraise. The raise included 1.1 million seed round and a 1.75 million private round, with participation from 7X Ventures, Maven Capital, Metabros, Contango Digital Assets, Basement DAO, and more. The company also announced partnerships out of the gate that include Ape Terminal, which is an interesting crypto that I'm talking with too, ApeCoin, Polygon, and Chainlink. Currently, no gamified digital asset marketplace allows sellers to sell digital assets creatively while eliminating most of the buy-side friction currently seen in the industry. The only way to tap into NFT community is by buying an asset, a massive barrier for new entrants who are unable to afford the price floor of an NFT. With Eesee, sellers can create a customized gamified drop, such as a decentralized on-chain raffle, to effectively sell an asset above the current floor price. Now, I've seen a good amount of hype from this. I know that they're working with some partners and working to get more creators in on this, and I know some big ones are backing it. Now, speaking of a crypto that has a lot of people backing it, Satoshi VM. Satoshi VM is probably the most hyped up crypto that I've seen recently. Like, I'm in a community with people. They are keeping up private allocations. They cut within an hour of me hearing about what they were offering or how much they allowed people to invest. They cut it down. So they were taking very small investments from people. Let's say, for example, they come to me and say, hey, you can invest $2,500. Within an hour of that, they went back and told everyone that they could only invest, let's say, $1,000 or $900, whatever it is. All right, I'm making the numbers up here, but that's similar to what they did. Because they were so oversubscribed, they had so many creators that wanted in on this. This is a contributor-based ZK rollup layer 2 solution with native BTC gas. They are blowing up. Like, they have so many people talking about them, retweeting them, and they had so many people that wanted in on this. This is coming soon, by the way. I believe it's around the 19th or 20th of January. They had so many people in on this that if the creators weren't posting about it or retweeting, they just refunded them. They said, we don't want you unless you're really going to talk about this, because we have so many people that want in on Satoshi VM. So I'm paying attention to this one. This one's fascinating to me. Also, Syncus. So Syncus is another one that I've been paying attention to. A treasury-backed ecosystem with DeFi products built for longevity and user empowerment. Syncus will continue to reward stakeholders. Simply buy and stake. Now, this one is a little bit risky. Some people are talking about it as a Ponzi. I'm just going to say that. Some people are saying that as a good thing, like get in early because it could pump up to huge numbers. It's backed by some of the people that created Zigzag Exchange, which eventually I think went down because they had a large amount in Anchor Protocol. But it shows you that they are people that can build something to a very large size. So this one definitely riskier. I'm just telling you all this up front, so you can take with it what you will or do what you will with this information. It is up a lot over the last 30 days, though, up 3,770%. Even over the last 14 days, up 30%. Last 7 days, up 100%. So I am paying attention to this one too. This one's about 19 million fully diluted market cap, and again, it's a little bit riskier, a little bit different, but I wanted to throw it in on this list because it is kind of interesting, and it's from a team that's built something really large before, and it's already on the market. Okay, and then I'm going to give you one extra one. Ivan Pay is also an interesting one. A lot of these ones are ones I'm either going to invest in or already have invested in, looking to invest in. So just telling you that right away, these are ones that are really interesting to me. But this is a new way to accept crypto. They say, our streamlined process makes it simple and hassle-free to get started. Say goodbye to complex setups and hello to the world of cryptos with ease. I just saw Digital Asset News was posting about this as well, another huge creator, and they're partnered with Binance Pay, OKX, Zimabank, Gate.io, FinTech House, Market Making Pro, and they got they're I think in a partnership with Binance or got funding from Binance, something like that. They have a POS machine, a mobile app. It's a way to accept crypto very easily. And this one's another fascinating one to me. So they have 400 locations already. I'm paying attention to this one as well. I believe this is also going to have a token launch here soon. So pay attention. I'm going to cover some of these more in depth, probably in full videos to give you some more alpha. But I just want to show you there are a lot of cryptos, a lot of excitement still. Like there are people launching new cryptos that are going to be absolutely huge. So don't get upset just by this low dip. Keep in mind, I talk about some riskier cryptos, some higher alpha cryptos, but the majority of my crypto is Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is the Mac Daddy. It is the safest. It is the hardest asset on earth. There's no way to create more of it than what's already going to be printed. And when you zoom out, look at the 1 year here. This is just a tiny dip. So don't get discouraged. We're just in the beginning. We are going to make a lot of money this next bull run. I don't want you to miss out because you get fudded out of your investment or you look at the last 2 days as something really negative. We made a huge step forward and there's going to be some volatility. As I said, over the last couple of weeks, there's going to be volatility. You have to accept that volatility if you want these kinds of massive returns. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Again, you can check out the links to HGAaccess and to Margex underneath the video. As always, do your own research. These are your risks. When you buy something, you are taking the risk, not me. So keep that in mind. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next video.